Hi, I'm Gemma from Wednesday's Terra, and the Terra team would like to share with you areas of natural beauty that are local to us, where we go as a team or go individually to find inspiration for our terrarium projects, to get in touch with nature and relax. Each of our main team members chose a location. I selected Sheriff's Wood for not only its natural beauty, but the energy and the atmosphere there. An ancient, mainly deciduous woodland that changes dramatically throughout the seasons. It's not a particularly big woodland, but there's something about the place that just makes it feel larger than it actually is, with it only being just over 3 acres. Millbeck runs throughout Sheriff's Wood, leading to what is usually a small but peaceful waterfall. And the running water, the trickling sounds, it really does help you relax. It's kind of like being in a giant Zen garden. I really do get a sense here of how ancient the place is, and also that there's something else here. I always feel like something is watching you, but not necessarily in a bad way. I believe fairies visit here, spirits, and that this place is home to so much life. And just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. So when we're out and about, we make sure never to leave anything. But we do forage, so we do have to take a little to forage, but we are very respectful of what we take and where we are. So the main thing we come to Sheriff's Wood for is moss. There are so many different species of moss. There's a lot that grows near the water, there's different types that grow on trees. It's also full of lichen too, which is a good source of food for our millipedes. When collecting lichen, we just take what's on the ground, a few little pieces, take them home, wash them, give them to our millipedes. Moss, we take a small coin-sized piece, usually about 20 pence size, and we make sure that once we've taken moss from a certain area, we don't return to the same area to take moss for a long time. When here, I really do feel connected to the ancient, all the things that may be living here that we can't see with our mortal eyes. It is not always peaceful here. Sometimes in winter, late autumn, it looks very spooky, and you do get a sensation that something is watching you. The trees just help add to it, with them mainly being deciduous. Most of them have lost their leaves in winter, so you can imagine what the sky looks like with all the reaching branches, all the orange and red leaves on the ground below. It truly is a stunning sight to be here any time of the year. But yeah, if you like Halloween, this is a good place to go for a walk on Halloween, a good Halloween walk where you're going to see some creepy trees and some wildlife, maybe a big spider. A few people believe they have seen ghosts in Sheriff's Wood. I have not personally seen one, but as I've mentioned, I do get a feeling of a presence here. If you do walk through here, you are likely to see wood pigeons, water voles, many other birds and small mammals. If you were to turn over a stone or move a log to see what's underneath, there will be plenty of earwigs, rough isopods scurrying around, and if you're lucky, a centipede. If you come here at dawn, there's a good chance you might see some deer, and if you come at dusk, there's a very high chance you'll see lots of bats because they're attracted to the many moths that are in this woodland. This place is also a great source of inspiration for our terrarium projects. I come here when I have an idea, but I'm not sure where to go with it next, so I come and sit on a bench, get my sketch pad out, and it just seems to come to me more easily if I get out and about and go to Sheriff's Wood. Also, I come here if I have no ideas in mind. I will walk around for an hour or so until I find something, a small little scene, a nice interesting piece of wood, and then I'll go from there. I'll come home, I'll raid the Wednesday's Terra stock supplies, and that's it. I'll just start creating a new terrarium, or at very least setting things aside for one that I will complete at a later date. This place is also very good if you're having a bad mental health day. I think it's just the running water and the fact that sometimes you can be here for hours by yourself. It really is a magical place where you can just lose yourself within your own thoughts and feel connected to nature, the ancient, and the things that we can't see. There is also a tree here that looks like a fairy door or portal to another realm, and I just like to imagine that's exactly what it is, and that there are fairies dwelling here. On my way home from Sheriff's Wood, I spotted this guy, which is a Vapora caterpillar. I'm not even going to try and pronounce its Latin name, so you'll see it on the screen now. And this guy will turn into a rusty tussock moth, but they are sometimes known as Vapora moths, which sounds much better than rusty tussock. This may look like a cute caterpillar, but it is not. It is covered in venomous spines. It is also the reason it is coloured yellow, black and red. It is a warning sign not to touch. Please do not touch one of these guys if you see one. So there we have it, the Vapora caterpillar. And I found plenty of eggs, so this guy has lots of friends. Our team member Leo chose Bisky Howe Viewpoint. He chose this location for the panoramic views of the lake. On a clear day, you can see the Langdale Pikes, Scarfell, Bowfell and Wansfell. And if you're not a geology nerd and you can't tell the difference between a big pile of rocks, there's a toposcope to help you identify the fells. For centuries, Bisky Howe has been an important place for artists, musicians, photographers and poets. Today it is a popular place for terrarium enthusiasts like ourselves. Its shaded wooded areas provide a great source of inspiration. There's a diverse amount of plant and tree life growing here, from deciduous to coniferous. One side is covered in yew trees, the other has a mixture of nut trees such as beech, hazel and chestnut. There is also plenty of holly, which makes this place feel very festive in the winter. More exciting than the plants and the trees here is what they attract, which is many invertebrates. We've got grasshoppers, crickets, butterflies, nuthatcher moths, more moths that I can't identify. There are also many bees, most of them dwelling in the yews and the pines, so just be careful if you do visit here. In the leaf litter you have the usual rough isopods, earwigs, the odd centipede, a few more things creeping and crawling around. There are also some huge spiders here, and if you visit this place late at night, just watch you don't get one dropping on you. There also seems to be an abundance of earthworms here, which attracts moles, so you will find molehills. And that takes me to the other wildlife you're likely to find here, which would be grey squirrels, wood pigeons, many different tits. Edit out the laugh because I'm very immature. There are also adders here. I think. I hope. It's been a long time since I've seen one or any activity of one, so I hope they are just slithering around somewhere I can't see them at the moment. On that note, if you do visit Bisky How, I do walk around there in flip-flops. It's not like you have to be really careful for adders, but if you are straying off any of the paths, yes, do not wear flip-flops. Make sure you wear boots, and just be really careful where you step. Also, if you encounter a sign saying something is unsafe, that's because it is unsafe. So, if you like staring off into the sunset, or watching the boats go by in the lake at a distance, listening to crickets, grasshoppers, sunning yourself, Bisky How's the place to go. Now on to our third and final location. Our wetland wizard, otherwise known as the Magical Ginge, chose a section of the River Kent that flows through Kendal. We are keeping the precise location hidden, just because this area is already heavily trafficked by locals, so we really don't want too many more people coming just to this one specific spot. The river runs from Kentmere, approximately 20 miles, into Morecambe Bay. The Romans built settlements alongside the River Kent. Some of them have now become the towns we all know today, such as Kendal. Our wetland wizard chose this location for its diverse range of plant, tree, and animal life. There are many different types of invertebrates here, but sadly our wetland wizard is not so much of a fan of invertebrates. But he does appreciate a good dragonfly when he sees one. In the waters here there are white-clawed crayfish, which are very rare and an endangered species in the UK. Towards the Kentmere end there are plenty of baby trout and other fish, and as you head towards Morecambe Bay, obviously there's the more brackish sort of fish that you find typically in the waters of northern England. Also, as you head towards Morecambe, you'll find brown shrimp and many other species, including freshwater pearl mussels. There are many species of trees that grow alongside the banks of the River Kent. There are quite a few willow trees. I'll put some of the species names on the screen now. There are many mammals that call this place home. There seems to be a large number of water voles that live here. Many you'll either see scurrying and not be quite sure what it is, or you'll just hear a plop into the water and maybe a big ripple. And there are plenty of vole-sized holes, not rat holes, so they're definitely voles. I dare say there are a few foxes that live around here, as well as hedgehogs, frogs and toads. But the most interesting aspect, yes, the white-clawed crayfish are very rare and special, but I would say this place is more special because of its birds. So ornithology nerds, this is the section for you. Around the River Kent, and particularly at this section, you are likely to find grey herons, coots, grey wagtails, gooseanders and cormorants, and many more birds. However, there is one bird that to me and also our wetland wizard stands out as being just a little above the rest, and that would be the dipper. They're the UK's only aquatic songbird. They have a beautiful bird song which is playing now. Now these guys not only sound good, but they are extremely good hunters. They dive bomb their prey, which is usually aquatic invertebrates. You'll often see them on a rock or a log, just bobbing up and down, ready to strike. And these guys are so good at what they do, they rarely go hungry, so it's always dipper dinner time. All you need to do is spend probably about 30 minutes and you're likely to see one, hear one, and maybe even see it eat its dinner. We recently visited to take some photographs for this video, but we also took a few photographs of our new fashion stocks. So if you'd like to buy one of our many t-shirts, bags or hoodies, I'll leave a link in the description below. Wednesday's Terra was created to share relevant miniature gardens, zen gardens, fairy gardens and terrariums with others. We sell terrarium supplies and supplies for other miniature gardens, zen gardens. This video is a little different to what we usually do, but we've been working on quite a few projects and we've been promising them for some time now, and we're having delays, so I just thought I'd do something different. Maybe we'll do this again sometime, but that's everything for now.